My dear Libra, I need you to breathe with me. Take a slow, deep breath and let the noise of the past few days begin to settle. The cosmic storm you have just navigated was necessary, but what comes now, in the 48 hours of November 3rd and 4th, is of a different quality entirely. This is not the lightning strike. This is the profound, echoing silence after the thunder, a silence in which you can finally hear the whispers of your own soul. The portal that was blasted open is not closing. Instead, it is now transforming into a sacred workshop, a space where you are being asked not merely to witness the truth, but to begin the deliberate and masterful work of rebuilding your world upon it. The majority of people will mistake this quiet intensity for a return to normalcy, eager to sweep away the debris and pretend the earthquake never happened. But you are not most people. You feel the ground beneath you, still humming with potential, charged with a new and formidable power. You know that the universe is not finished with you. It has simply handed you the tools. And in the comments below, write with all your conviction, I am the architect of a future built on truth. This is not just another astrological transit. It is your apprenticeship with destiny, a chance to prove that the balance you seek is not a passive state, but a conscious and courageous creation. If in the wake of the recent chaos, you have felt a strange mixture of exhaustion and empowerment, a deep-seated weariness coupled with a flicker of unprecedented clarity, or the daunting realization that you can never go back to the way things were, then stay here with me. There is a sacred reason for this feeling, a cosmic blueprint that is now being revealed to you, and I am here to help you read it. But first, you must understand the celestial shift that is taking place, for this is no accident. It is a perfectly designed sequence and divine intervention that will reveal three foundational truths about your life, truths upon which you can build an empire of authenticity. The 48-hour sequence of the Master Builder. What most do not comprehend is that this moment is a two-act play of profound consequence, unfolding across these 2 critical days. It is a story of divine reconstruction that your soul has been rehearsing for lifetimes, even as your conscious mind still grapples with the shock of the demolition. The first act, on November 3rd, is the sobering dawn. On this day, you are waking up amidst the rubble of what was. The electrifying opposition that shook your foundations has passed, but its revelations are now stark and undeniable in the light of a new day. The key player now is the master artisan of the cosmos, Saturn, who begins to form a powerful and stabilizing trine to your ruling planet, Venus, still navigating the deep, transformational waters of Scorpio. Imagine this. The earthquake, Uranus, has leveled the condemned buildings. Now a master architect, Saturn, arrives on the scene not with words of comfort, but with a blueprint and a demand for quality materials. Saturn asks you the hard questions. Now that you see the truth of the cracks in your foundation, are you willing to do the hard work of building something that will last for generations? Are you willing to choose the integrity of solid stone over the convenience of superficial repairs? Do you feel that weight settling in your spirit? That sense of profound seriousness, that understanding that the choices you make now will have long-term, irreversible consequences? That is the portal evolving. It is no longer a chaotic whirlwind. It is a focused, disciplined vortex of creation. And this energy is amplified because Mercury, the planet of your mind, is now in a position where it is free from illusion, forcing you to look at the practical, tangible facts of your situation. Your soul is being asked to graduate from hopeful idealism to masterful realism. The second act, on November 4th, is the sacred vow. The Venus-Saturn trine now moves toward perfection, its influence becoming undeniable. This is the energy of pouring the foundations, of signing the celestial contract. This is the moment where insight transforms into commitment. But there is more. Jupiter, the great planet of faith and expansion, sends a beam of benevolent energy, a cosmic blessing, to your sun. This is the moment where the master architect, Saturn reveals that your new building will not be a simple house, but a temple, a beacon for others. It is the universe showing you that the reward for your hard work and commitment to truth is not just personal stability, but a future more expansive and meaningful than you ever dared to imagine. It is the moment you realize that by saving yourself, you are creating a blueprint for others to follow. You will gain access to a deep, unshakable faith in your own ability to create a life of both profound integrity and boundless joy. This, my dear Libra, is not a coincidence. It is grace perfectly orchestrated. It's the universe's promise that it never demolishes without providing the means for a glorious reconstruction. What is truly happening to your inner compass right now? Why do you feel both older and younger, more burdened and yet more free than ever before? Your entire value system is being upgraded from a temporary external framework to a permanent internal one. That sense of daunting responsibility, that feeling that your every choice is being weighed on a cosmic scale, that sudden inability to tolerate superficiality in yourself or others, this is all part of the upgrade. Venus, your guide, in its journey through Scorpio, has already forced you to confront the hidden truths of power, desire, and intimacy. Now, as it harmonizes with Saturn, it is asking you to make those truths your new law. It is asking you to embody maturity. It is like you have been living in a beautifully decorated house that was built on sand, and now you are being asked to live in a simpler, stronger fortress that you build with your own hands. The mental frameworks you have always relied upon, your ability to smooth things over, to find a compromise that keeps everyone happy, your instinct to delay difficult decisions are being superseded by a new directive: honor the truth, no matter the cost. And this is not because your diplomatic skills are flawed, but because they must now serve a higher purpose: the negotiation of authentic agreements, not the maintenance of fragile truces. What you're experiencing is not a loss of your grace, but the birth of your authority. Your thoughts may feel slower, more deliberate, as if carved from stone. It may seem that you have lost your lightness of being, but you are simply exchanging it for the profound, unshakable gravity of self-respect. And herein lies the secret that most will miss. This is not happening to punish you for your past indecisions. It is happening to reward you with a future of certainty. Every moment of difficult choice, every uncomfortable conversation you are contemplating, every boundary you are finally drawing are the sacred acts of laying your new foundation. The universe is not trying to make your life harder. It is trying to make your soul stronger. The test of Saturn has arrived, and it is the blessing you have been praying for. On November 3rd, the energy of the Saturn-Venus trine begins to solidify. There is no sudden shock, no lightning strike. Instead, it is a quiet, profound, and demanding presence. This is not an external event. It is an internal initiation. Saturn is the guardian of karma, the lord of time and structure. He does not care for your excuses, your fears, or your desire for an easy path. His only concern is that you build a life worthy of your soul's potential. His influence is a test of your character, a challenge to bring your highest values down from the heavens and anchor them into your daily reality. You may experience this as a profound inner reckoning, a moment of clarity where you see the long-term consequences of your patterns of people-pleasing, a sudden intolerance for any relationship, job, or situation that is not built on a foundation of mutual respect and integrity. You might feel an overwhelming urge to simplify your life, to cut away everything that is not essential and true, to get serious about your finances, your health, and your commitments. And I must be completely honest with you, Libra, this energy will not feel easy or light. When Saturn's influence becomes strong, it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, because in a way, it is. The world of your future is resting on the choices you make today. Your old patterns of avoiding conflict, your comfortable habits of procrastination, your tendency to say yes when you mean no. Saturn has come to put an end to all of it. But this is the truth you must hold on to like a sacred jewel. This weight is not a punishment. It is a privilege. It is the weight of a crown being placed upon your head. Saturn does not come to crush you. He comes to enthrone you as the true sovereign of your own life. He's clearing away the flimsy decorations so you can see the magnificent royal architecture of your own soul. Because what follows this test of integrity is the blessing of a lifetime. Why does your body feel as though it has aged 10 years in a matter of days? Have you noticed a new stiffness in your joints, a weariness in your bones, a tension in your shoulders, as if you are physically bracing for a responsibility you have yet to name? Your body is not failing you. It is consolidating your power. What many do not realize is that the body is a living record of our commitments, both kept and broken. It is our anchor in reality, and at this moment your body is responding to the call of Saturn. It is preparing you to hold more power, more authority, and more responsibility than ever before. These physical sensations are not random. They are your energetic system being upgraded to handle a higher voltage of reality. The stiffness in your joints is your body asking you to build new, more flexible, yet stronger structures in your life. The weariness in your bones is the deep cellular letting go of old karmic patterns and responsibilities that were never yours to carry. The tension in your shoulders is your body learning to bear the weight of your own authority, not the burdens of others. Your physical form is a tuning fork, and right now it is being tuned to the frequency of mastery, integrity, and endurance. This is why these feelings are so different from ordinary fatigue. This is why they are accompanied by a strange sense of purpose. This is why they feel less like an illness and more like a profound metamorphosis. And as you move through November 4th, as you make your new, authentic commitments, you may feel these sensations begin to transform into a feeling of grounded, unshakable strength. Do not fear them. Do not resist them. Breathe into them. Thank your body for its wisdom. It is not breaking down. It is breaking you in, preparing you to become the master builder of your own destiny. The crossroads of maturity from which there is no return. There is another subtle but profoundly important cosmic event occurring on November 3rd. The asteroid Pallas Athene, the goddess of wisdom, strategy, and pattern recognition, stations direct, meaning it appears to stop in the sky before moving forward again. This is happening in a key area of your chart. It's not a loud dramatic event. It is a moment of supreme divine clarity. Pallas Athene represents your higher intelligence, your ability to see the patterns that others miss. When she stations direct, it is as if a divine strategist has just handed you the winning battle plan for your life. And this is occurring at the exact same time that you are feeling the call to rebuild from Saturn. This is cosmic choreography of the highest order. What this means for you is that the serious choices you are being called to make will not be blind guesses. You will be gifted with a sudden, crystal-clear understanding of the long-term patterns in your relationships, a strategic insight into your career or finances, a divine ability to see the path forward with a wisdom that transcends your years. The personal and the strategic are merging into a single, unstoppable force within you. You might experience this as a sudden solution to a problem that has plagued you for years. A moment during a conversation where you see the underlying dynamic with such clarity that you know exactly what to say and do. Or a sudden intuitive download of a plan for your future that feels both divinely inspired and eminently practical. This moment of clarity is not just a fleeting thought. It is a pivotal piece of your puzzle. It is providing the how to accompany the why of your transformation. Because sometimes, my dear Libra, the universe demands not just courage, but also a brilliant strategy to win the war for your own soul. It is possible you are feeling a profound sense of peace, and this is the sacred reason. If in the midst of this weighty seriousness you have experienced moments of a strange, deep and unshakable peace, as if you have finally come home to yourself, you are not imagining it. You are experiencing the grace of the coming Jupiter-Sun connection. Your soul in anticipation of this blessing, is giving you a glimpse of the reward that awaits you on the other side of your hard choices. This is not the peace of avoidance. It is the peace of alignment. It is the feeling that comes when your inner world and your outer world are finally beginning to resonate at the same frequency. This is not detachment, it is sovereignty. Your consciousness is already beginning to operate from its new command center, from the quiet, powerful throne room of your own soul. Those moments when you feel a sense of rightness, even when things are difficult, are not an illusion. They are the most real thing you have ever felt. They are the moments of connection with your divine purpose, and this is what makes it so profound. This peace is the proof that you are on the right path. It is the universe's way of reassuring you, of letting you know that your courage is being seen and will be rewarded. Your spirit is not breaking, it is being fortified. So the next time you feel that quiet hum of peace amidst the challenges, do not question it. Anchor yourself in it. Let it be your North Star, because it is the preview of the reality you are now building, a reality where peace is not something you desperately seek, but something you naturally radiate. The revelation of Jupiter, the blessing after the labor. The test of Saturn on November 3rd is the hard labor. The event that consecrates your work and opens the gates to your new world occurs on November 4th, when the Sun receives that beautiful, expansive trine from Jupiter, the great bestower of gifts and faith. This is when the portal reveals its ultimate grace. This is when your conscious self, having committed to the path of integrity, is blessed by the forces of expansion and miracles. Jupiter is the planet of more. More faith, more opportunity, more wisdom, more joy. He does not ask if you are worthy. Your hard work with Saturn has already proven that you are. He simply opens the doors that were once locked and invites you to step into a larger life. And unlike the demanding energy of the previous day, the blessing of Jupiter arrives with a sense of ease, of grace, of divine rightness. It is the opportunity to see the bigger picture, the opportunity to understand the spiritual reason for your struggles. It is the moment when the real work begins to feel like joyful creation, when you finally feel the wind at your back, when you understand why you had to let go of the good to make room for the great, when you finally recognize the truth that your soul has always known, that your commitment to your own truth is the key that unlocks the abundance of the entire universe. And that is why this is a portal, not just a transit. Because you are not just observing it, you have actively participated in its creation. It is an initiation you have earned. It is a threshold between the Libra who asked for permission and the Libra who grants it. A threshold between a life of compromise and a life of purpose. The three foundational truths that will become your new law. Do you remember when I told you that your exhaustion was coupled with a new clarity? This is why. Your soul has been clearing out the debris of old beliefs to make space for these foundational truths. What is being revealed to you now are not mere ideas. They are the constitutional laws of your new reality, the unshakable pillars upon which you will build your future. The first truth, the secret of structure, the foundational truth. The first revelation will be a profound understanding of the relationship between freedom and discipline. The crisis may have exposed your fear of being trapped or limited, but the portal on November 3rd and 4th will reveal the great secret, that true freedom is not the absence of structure, but the presence of the right structure. Saturn will teach you that a life without commitment is not freedom, it is chaos. Pluton will empower you to choose your commitments consciously. This is the moment you stop seeing boundaries as limitations and start seeing them as the sacred walls of a temple that protect your energy. When you realize that a budget is not a restriction, but a tool for financial sovereignty. When you understand that a committed relationship is not a cage, but a powerful container for growth. When you finally grasp that what you thought was a prison was actually the blueprint for your palace. The second truth, the secret of maturity, the relational truth. The second revelation will be about the nature of adult relationships. The harmony of Venus and Saturn will act as a cosmic rite of passage, elevating your understanding of love from a romantic ideal to a sacred practice. You will see with piercing clarity which of your relationships are based on mature, mutual respect, and which are based on childish patterns of dependency or rebellion. The crisis may have been triggered by a power struggle or a sense of unfairness, but the portal will give you the wisdom to transcend the drama and have the conversations that lead to real solutions. You might suddenly understand how to be both honest and kind. You will find the courage to make or demand a real commitment. You will finally understand that true partnership is not about losing yourself in another, but about two sovereign beings choosing to build a shared future. The shock may have felt like an ending, but the portal offers you the opportunity to begin a new chapter, one based on the profound and beautiful integrity of mature love. The third truth, the secret of legacy, the transpersonal truth. The third revelation will connect your personal reconstruction with your purpose in the world. With Jupiter blessing your sun, the truth revealed here will be about your role as a teacher and a leader. It is a revelation that your personal journey of finding true balance is, in fact, your gift to the collective. The crisis may have made you feel small and powerless, but the portal will offer you an expansive vision of how your struggles have forged you into a beacon of wisdom for others. This is the aha moment when you realize that your purpose is not just to create beauty, but to teach the world what true, enduring beauty is, the kind that is built on a foundation of truth, where you see how your mastery over your own life can inspire others to become masters of theirs, where your individual journey of commitment connects with the evolution of all of humanity toward a more just, honorable, and truly balanced world. How to consciously co-create with this portal. You are the master builder. The cosmos provides the blueprint and the materials, but you must wield the tools. Here is how to work with these powerful energies. First, make a vow. On the evening of November 3rd, perform a small, simple ritual of commitment. It could be lighting a candle and speaking a vow to yourself out loud. For example, I vow to honor my truth, to build my life on a foundation of integrity, and to never again settle for less than I deserve. Write this vow down. This act of conscious commitment will align your personal will with the will of the cosmos, amplifying your power. Second, do the hard thing. Saturn rewards effort. On November 4th, identify the single most important hard thing you need to do to honor your new commitment. It might be having that difficult conversation, making that phone call to a financial advisor, or canceling a commitment that is draining your soul. Do it. Don't procrastinate. This single act of courage will send a powerful message to the universe that you are serious about your new life, and the universe will rush to support you. Third, receive the blessing. After you have done the hard work, create a space to consciously receive the blessing of Jupiter. On the evening of the 4th, sit quietly and meditate on your most expansive future. Allow yourself to dream without limitation. Write down 10 things you are grateful for that have not yet happened, as if they already have. Feel the joy and faith flooding your system. You must consciously open the channels to receive the abundance that is coming your way. The consequences of these 48 hours will be the bedrock of the rest of your life. For some, it will manifest as a new relationship, a promotion, or a major financial breakthrough. For others, it will be a quiet, internal shift that results in a new sense of unshakable peace and self-respect. But for every Libra who engages with this energy, one thing is certain: the era of flimsy compromises is over. You will have walked through the fire of truth and emerged not burned, but forged. You will have passed Saturn's great test and earned Jupiter's great blessing. And that, my dear Libra, is the gift of this portal, an initiation into mastery. An invitation to trade fleeting comfort for enduring joy. It is your chance to become the architect of your own soul and to build a life so strong, so true, and so beautiful that it becomes a legacy of light for all who come after you. So take a deep breath. Pick up your tools. The work is hard, but the reward is everything.